You can go to the desert and get nice warm weather.
All right, folks, I'm working Ardie here on 28475
and have a nice day
with the cobweb antenna.
So you could do all three in the same day there, Fred. How about that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I hear you there, Ardie. VE3FAL in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Yeah, we do the same thing up here. We can have 4 seasons in an hour, or if you turn your head, you might miss a season here. It can be really, really strange, but this has been a very unusual winter that most people have not seen when it comes to lack of snow. Either we have a lot of snow here all winter long, and it never seems to stop, but this year has just been very dry and very little snow here in Thunder Bay, but we got it now. I mean, we always get it in March and April, and usually there's some very heavy, wet snows, and they're gone the next day or in a couple days. But they are forecasting temperatures next week of 8 degrees centigrade, which will get rid of a lot of this snow. And it should get our maple trees flowing once again for some maple sap to make maple syrup there, Ardie. Over.
Oh, great. That sounds good. Yeah, Canada's a beautiful country. I've never been, oh yes I have. I've been to Vancouver, British Columbia, and that's as far in the north as I've gone. I did go to Niagara Falls, just across the border there from Canada, and I guess the falls are on both sides of the border, and so I've been there a couple of times, but anyway, just a little bit of history on my call. This KZ5 call was originally my Panama Canal Zone call. I was first licensed at age 12 in 1958 down in the Panama Canal Zone, and I was able to pick up my old KZ5 call as a vanity call back up here in the States. So anyway, I'm going to send it over to Net Control, and so he can have a little chat with you there, Fred. Yeah, this is just a local net, and we just do rack chewing. We invite anyone to come into the net, locals and DX. And so I'm going to send it over to Roger. His call is Whiskey 6, Charlie Victor Alpha, and his name is Roger. Roger, why don't you pick it up and talk to Fred there in Ontario. Over to you, Roger. W6CVA to take it. KZ5AT.
Well, thank you, KZ5AT.
All right, Whiskey 6, Charlie Victor Alpha. I don't know if you're still transmitting. Somebody decided to use the frequency for a tuning up frequency, but when last heard, Roger, you were a 5 and 3. You were a 53 up here in Thunder Bay, Ontario. Over.
Roger, he's on now.
Yeah, okay, Roger. You're about a 5 and 3, a 53, but you got some heavy fading. You're doing a lot of heavy fading, so I'll let you guys get back at it. I'll let you carry on with the local net, but I just wanted to let you guys know that you are being heard. That it's not just crickets here on the band today and on the frequency. So, Ardie and Roger, hopefully I'll catch up with you guys again, and I will look for you on this frequency down the road. Back to you, Roger. Over. All right, take care, guys. Have yourself a great afternoon and a great evening coming up. And Ardie, thanks a lot to KZ5AC and the Whiskey 6 at Charlie Victor Alpha. Take care, folks, and I will definitely check in again. VE3FAL in Thunder Bay.
VE3QS5480.
Was there someone calling VE3FAL?
Yeah, QS5AT Ardie.
Okay, we will QSY 480.
This is 2 Echo 0, Victor Papa Foxtrot, over.
All right, 2 Echo 0, Victor Papa Foxtrot. Man, what a great signal here in the Thunder Bay, Ontario. Name is Fred, Foxtrot Romeo Echo Delta. We're located in Thunder Bay, Ontario. And you're a 5 and 9, over.
Yeah, good stuff, okay. Thank you for hearing me down there. I know you were telling those guys that they could be heard. Well, yeah, so are you. You're 5, 9 plus 10 with me. Great signal. I'm halfway between the cities of Birmingham and Manchester in England. Name is Steve. Over.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. Just writing that down here. So sorry for the delay. Yeah, you've got a great signal. You know what? I was listening to a couple of stations earlier, down a little lower, and I worked. Who did I work here just a bit ago? I got James, I think it was, as well in the UK, and some awesome signals here from the UK this afternoon. The band is quiet. I have zero noise. And I'm seeing things on the waterfall here like crazy. I'm running an ICOM 7300, 100 watts into a cobweb antenna up about 18 feet. Back to you, Steve, over.
Wow, okay. Now that has surprised me. The cobweb. I think you're probably the only person I've spoke to outside of the UK with a cobweb. So, yeah, cracking signal. Conditions are great. It's been dark here now. The sun went down about an hour ago. And the band's very unusual. It can be really quite quiet to North America. And we have South America coming in really quite loud. And sometimes it's vice versa. And we can see North America coming in around 3 hours, 3.5 hours after sunset. So crazy conditions at the moment. But yeah, you're very loud, beautiful audio, really cutting through any noise, I'm sure. But yeah, 5, 9 plus 10 with me in England. So I just wanted to say hello and that you are being heard. So yeah, that was about it really. Over.
Okay, I just dropped down to 20 watts. I just dropped down to 20 watts there, Steve. What's my signal now at 20 watts into the cobweb?
Yeah, okay. Well, you're 20 watts. You're about a 5 and 5. I've got, unfortunately, quite a bit of noise floor here when I beam sort of out towards North America. So the noise floor comes up, unfortunately. But yeah, 20 watts, no problem at all, making the trip.
All right, well, thank you for that report. I'm back up to 100 watts now. And you know what? Your audio is also fantastic. You have great sounding audio here in the Thunder Bay. And you have a crackling signal as well here. So don't change a thing. Don't touch any of them dials on the radio and just keep things going as they're going. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Well, we sort of rarely comment on people's audio anymore. It used to be quite a thing to give somebody an unsolicited report about their audio. But you know what? The ICOM 7300 has changed all that. Very popular radio, and most people just have it dialed right in, really quite nice. So it seems everybody sounds good nowadays. Over.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Steve. And there are a lot of great sounding radios out there. Even some of the SDR radios and the Flex radios, I guess is what I'm looking at, do sound good. But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you calling me and letting me know that I'm being heard over in the UK. And thank you for the 5 and 5 at my 20 watts. I just wanted to check it out and see how we're doing there at 20 watts into the cobweb, up only about 18 feet above the ground here. It is covered in snow and ice right now, but the SWR is still below 1.5, so I'm happy with that, Steve. Over.
Yeah, okay. 5, 9 plus 10 now, great signal still. Yeah, I finished work today for the Easter break, and believe it or not, it started to snow just as I pulled up at home, but it was only quite brief. So has that snow and ice arrived quite recently, or is it lasting from winter over?
No, honestly, Steve, we had very little snow this winter. Up until 3 days ago, we had brown grass. We had no snow. Before January 1, we only had 8 inches of snow in total for the winter. And then we got dumped 18 inches of snow over the last 3 days. Unfortunately, though, that snow was mixed with rain and freezing rain. So you know what that does, right?
Sorry, 18 inches of snow, did you say, or 8?
No, 18 inches, 18 inches. So well over a meter and a half, over.
Wow, absolutely crazy. And with a temperature of 3 degrees, what were you saying?
Well, today we're at minus 3.5, so we had some rain mixed with it. And by next week, we're going to see temperatures of 8 degrees centigrade, over.
It's just crazy, isn't it? I was only saying today, I mean, it's usual for, in the UK when we have holidays, you know, like what we call a bank holiday, where it's like a long weekend. The weather is normally terrible. And in February, we had 17 degrees centigrade temperatures. Which was warmer than we had in August last year, which is traditionally the summer holidays. It's just, there's no pattern anymore, it doesn't seem, Fred, over.
No, not at all, Steve. 2 Echo 0, Victor Papa Foxtrot, VE3FAL. I agree with you, because we tap maple trees up here for maple syrup. It's just a hobby. And the week of February the 8th, for that 1 week, we had temperatures up here between 14 and 17 degrees centigrade, which we never see in February, Steve, over.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just crazy, isn't it? I got a friend in New Jersey. I don't know whether he's listening, actually. Whiskey Alpha 2, Victor United Yankee. And we speak quite often. He likes to ride his bike. He's a cyclist. And, you know, we're always checking in with each other what the temperature's doing, and it's very much the same. Really, really warm, mild, like spring or summer days, and then the next day it's -7 and snowing. It's just completely crazy. So I'm looking forward to something a bit more stable and plenty of sunshine. We've just seen a weather forecast. I was going to do some work on the antenna this weekend, but just seeing that we're going to have 30 mile to 40 mile an hour winds here in the UK. So what's that, around about 60 kilometers an hour
60,
maybe,
yeah.
over?
Yeah, pretty close. We've had the same here. We've had wind gusts over the last week between 40 and 55 kilometers per hour. And of course, you know, that causes havoc as well. And a lot of drifting, a lot of snow drifting, but we've seen those winds as well here in Thunder Bay. And yeah, it's just absolutely strange. And this weekend, you guys have a time change, I believe, as well. We did ours, a couple weekends ago, we changed our time. And I believe you guys have a time change this weekend, right?
Yeah, that's right, yep.
Yeah, so yeah, who knows what's going to happen. It's been a bizarre year. Like, they were actually going to shut things down for daytime burning because of the forest fire hazards this year, Steve, over.
Yes, I remember there's last year, I think there was forest fires, and it was sort of blowing down into the USA, and I certainly remember there was real issues with air quality,
yes.
Down the east coast, over.
Yeah, it was bad all across. They were getting Canadian smoke all over, from Alberta, BC, Ontario. Everything was burning up last year, so we hope that it doesn't happen this year, and that things can settle down just a little bit. I have a 10-day canoe trip for Wabakimi Provincial Park coming up in the end of June and the first week of July for 10 days. So the last thing that we want is forest fires, Steve. Over.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, let me just turn this volume down. I've just clicked on your YouTube channel, so I've just subscribed, so I'll have a look through that a little later. But yeah, forest fires, I mean, really, although England is very small, of course, we need to be thankful that we don't get, you know, the massive hurricanes and tornadoes
and we're the
that
same
other countries
here.
get, and of
Yep.
course forest fires. It's certainly something that's been more prevalent in the news. Of course, they're blaming global warming all the time, but you need to stay safe out there, operating mobile. Over.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve, 100%. And thank you for subscribing. And I am recording this actually for my channel. So if you're okay with that, I will put this portion on, but I also have the other guys in California working. So I'm at about 16 minutes into this video right now, and you can see how you sound or hear how you sound here in Thunder Bay this afternoon, Steve. Over.
Great stuff. Okay, Fred, but it's the usual thing, isn't it? You hate to listen to yourself. Everybody thinks that their own voice sounds weird. Over.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean, because I've watched my own videos, Steve. Over.
Great stuff. Okay, well, I'll certainly give it a viewing for sure. So, yeah, good stuff. Righto, I'll let you work some more. I'm going to, my cat, I don't know if you've seen my QRZ page, but the cat is just currently in and out the shack. He's trying to get my attention. I think he needs food. Over.
Oh yeah, I know what that's all about. I had a cat for many years. In fact, I love cats over dogs. That's just my preference, but I had one, and he passed on a couple of years ago after old age, but yeah, I do know what that's all about. And when they're hungry, they let you know about it, Steve. 2 Echo 0, Victor Papa Foxtrot. Back to you, VE3FAL.
Yeah, great stuff. Well, sorry for the loss. We lost one during COVID, actually, and it was really quite harrowing because we couldn't even go into the vet. He just came and got her off us, and they came out and said, sorry, we've had to put her down, and that was it. So they're great, absolutely fantastic companions, and the same with dogs, but I'm with you, I'm more of a cat person. Fred, all the very best. I'll have a listen to the video, as you say, and I look forward to hearing you on the bands again, and if not, you take care. VE3FAL 2E0 Victor Papa Fox. Over.
All right, 2 Echo 0 Victor Papa Fox. Yeah, send me a text or send me an email or anything there, Steve, when the bands are opening or you hear them open, and I'd be glad to yak anytime and chinwag with you over there in the UK. I was over there in 1991. My friend Zeno worked for the University of Surrey for UOSAT, and I was his best man in August of 1991, and I spent a month over there, and we cycled, and we did a whole bunch of stuff during the month I was there, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So you have a great place as well to visit and to see all the things that go on. So thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later. Take care, stay safe, and cheers. 2 Echo 0 Victor Papa Foxtrot, Victor Echo 3, France, America, London, Thunder Bay, Ontario. Cheers, Steve.
One more thing, Fred, just before you go. Were you road cycling or mountain biking? Over?
No, mountain biking. We rented bikes, and we cycled down from Surrey all the way down. We took the Downs Link Trail and a couple other trails. Over.
Right, okay, got you. No problem. I've worked in the push bike, the cycle industry for 20 years, and before from school I was like I've always raced push bikes, so I was just interested to hear that. Over.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. You know, we had our backpacks on and we did our thing. We stayed at some bed and breakfasts. I can't recall how many kilometers we put on our cycles in that week, but it was a lot of fun going through farmers' fields, opening gates, closing the gates, and just cycling across the land.
Yeah, good stuff. Living the dream, Fred, basically.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve.
Good stuff. Okay, 7-3. I'll leave you with a frequency. I dare say there's other UK stations maybe listening, and I need to go feed this cat. He's driving me nuts at the moment. All the best. Have a great weekend.
All right, you as well. Stay safe. 2 Echo 0, Victor Papa Foxtrot, VE3FAL. Cheers, Steve.